What's up gamers, Duma here. I've been meaning to get this one out to you for a little while now. This is the build I was playing for a bit during the last PvP event and for about a week or so sometime after. This is the Torc Magicka Jabs PvP and it's really solid. There's nothing you can't do with it. BGs, Cyrodiil, CP, no CP. If it's PvP, you can do it all. All you need is the mythic Torc and then you can use any gear you want, even crafted gear to make it easy. If you've seen this build, the Torc Magplar, there's a lot of overlap, like mostly overlap with that build, but using puncturing sweep, the healing mag jabs. This may be the last pure Templar PvP build on the channel with subclassing coming soon. Kind of a weird full circle thing with the channel starting with Magicka Templar stuff. Anyway, I'm not gonna hunt through a bunch of old VODs for gameplay for this one. This one's just gonna be a quick one for you. But I'll make sure to play it again on stream here soon if you want to see it in action if you missed it. I also have the written guide up and available for you now over at the GAMEROOM.tv. Let's go. For this build, any of your Magicka based PvP races will work fine. I'm actually ignored here just because I didn't want a race change and it ended up working out super well with the extra resistances and faster ult gen on a very cheap ult. Nord actually ended up being very impactful in Cyrodiil, so I recommend that as well, coincidentally, if you happen to be one already. With this identical setup and race and 29 Magicka, 30 health split and attribute points, you'll be just over 30k HP and really decent defensive stats while buffed on the back bar. For our gear, we're using the mythic of Torc and then a heavy chest and the rest medium. Sustain was really funky to work out with this one. I finally got it in a sweet spot where it was playable and all types of PvP content, of which sustain was a big reason for a lot of the choices in the build. So if you go and make personal preference changes, you'll have to tighten that back up with whatever you did. But if you set it up like this, you shouldn't have no mag or stam sustain issues when played correctly. I went with 6 impen and reinforced traits on the chest, all tri-enchanted, infused and physical harm enchants for the jewelry for a bit more stam sustain, sharpened lightning staff on the front bar and defending ice staff on the back bar. I used stamina escapist poisons on the front bar and Magicka escapist poisons on the back bar. I highly recommend using those. They're very impactful. But if you don't want to or can't, then I would use something like absorb stamina enchant on the front bar and then whatever you like on the back bar. Weapon damage is a decent generic one to juice your heals for a bit while back there. Atronach Mundus, Bear Haunch Food, and Spell Power Potions. CP is here for you and abilities are here as well, which I'll break down for you quickly on how to use them with a few combos. Let's start on the back bar here. Race against time. This is the one thing that sucks a bit to farm if you don't have it, but unfortunately you kind of have to have it for Cyrodiil, specifically if running around solo. There just isn't a good alternative out there. For BGs, you can easily get away without it, but you're going to really want and need it in Cyrodiil. Vigor for a stam heal and minor resolve buff. Extended ritual, one of the best defensive skills in the entire game, cleansing up to 5 dots, which is invaluable when playing outnumbered, plus an AoE heal. Restoring focus, this is your major resolve and more stam sustain. Don't forget to redrop it and stand in it in emergencies. Elisus for our major breach and some burning, and then our ultimate practice incantation. This is a super slept on and super good ultimate for solo play. I have a full explanation and some tips and tricks on how to use it in some clever ways coupled with extended ritual and dodge rolls in this video, which I'll link for you in the description if interested. A very good outnumbered ability here and provides a ton of group utility if that's your thing as well. For the front bar, we have topple charge, charges in and stuns an enemy and grants major protection, so you can get in there and do some work for a bit with a 10% damage reduction buff. Healing soul, this is our one scribing ability here. The script setup was on the previous screen for you. A very good ability with a decent heal, a heal over time, and major vitality, which juices all your healing by 12%. My personal playstyle is dodge roll weaving a front bar heal. You can move this to the back bar and swap it out for something else if you like, but it flows very well for me with it in this spot here. If you don't have scribing, you can also use Honor the Dead or Living Dart. Just make sure it's a mag ability and not stam. Jabs are spammable here. Execute beam, one of the best executes in the game. Power of the Light, a decent ability to backload a bit of burst damage plus Sundered, which gives you more weapon and spell damage for a short time, just in time for the window of your execute beam, so it works in good synergy there. This isn't super strong anymore, but it's great for a final chunk of burst damage coupled with your ult to get them into execute ranged followed by beam. Finally, our ult Crescent Sweep. This is one of the cheapest ults in the game. You'll have it up constantly and you can do your burst combo constantly with it with very little downtime versus something like Dawnbreaker. Especially having topple stun here, Dawnbreaker definitely takes a backseat to this guy, even with Dawnbreaker giving you the Fighter's Guild passive Slayer. Basic combos is very simple and can be reapplied constantly. It's very oppressive to deal with how much self-healing you'll be doing, keeping yourself offensive. If this is new for you, practice it on the dummy to get it down. You start from the back bar on a new target and Ellie sus them and then bar swap. Then you Power of the Light, 3 jabs, topple, sweep, beam. You'll just delete tons of people with this simple combo. Take note that the reason for this order is so your Power of the Light and sweep hit roughly in the same global as they're stunned or recovering from stun, and then they are immediately getting executed. If you didn't land the kill, just just treat them like a parsing dummy and power of the light followed by 5 jabs and repeat, working back in, topple, and sweep just as they come off CC immune, and or you get your ult back. It also doesn't have to be that rigid at all. You can apply your Elisus and power the light from ranged and then topple in to get some momentum. That works too. It's very flexible, but generally speaking, try to ult on top of your power of the light proc. Defensively, it's all standard stuff with your heals and purges. And that's it, gamers. Super fast for this one. If you have any questions, please let me know and I'll see if I can help you out. Also, remember, I'll play this on stream for you here soonish so you can see it in action if you're interested in that as well. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you crush it if you try it out, and have a wonderful day.